Get the out, yeah? Welcome everyone to another video for Midian Gaming. Today we are tackling Pokemon. Alright, here we go. Let's just get straight into it. Pokemon released in Japan 1996. Wasn't printed into English till 1998. Okay, so let's go straight into the good and why. Pokemon is a very strong IP. It's a lot of fun. The creatures are pleasing to the eye, and you know, a lot of people grew up with Pokemon. Like, I know I was a bit older when I first saw Pokemon and that, but you've got many of that generation that are coming now that are in their like high 30s, 40s, and going on to 50s that really enjoy Pokemon, can easily tell which Pokemon is what, even by silhouettes, yeah? So it's very strong in our minds, and it's a very strong IP, and that's why it's good. It's great for collecting because you've got, you remember your childhood and everything, and you want to share that with other people, yeah? And it's very easy to do that. You know, there's nothing suggestive in regards to the characters or the cards, so it's quite a family friendly IP in that respect. So yeah, it's great. The cartoon went on for many years, so you know, it's brought on a lot of the other younger people, and that's what is important about an IP, is that, well, I feel anyway, a very strong IP is that you're constantly bringing on the new people. Let's go into what I've got a problem with. Well, before I do that, I used to play Pokemon, right? I've got my boxes here. These boxes, people are asking me about them and they want them, yeah? When I worked in the game industry, way back when, we had so many of these, I was told to get rid of them. Like throw them in the bin. So I took a few for myself. These are in pretty good nick, yeah? I know people want them. I haven't given them up yet. I don't think I will. I'm not sure, yeah? I've got two that are empty, but in these, I've got decks. Now these, yeah, they're Dragon Shield boxes, but each one is a different color. So this was my black deck for Pokemon. And, you know, just a lot of fun with these. And this one was the Guzzlord, yeah? Guzzlord deck. Let me just break a few more open. Why not? It's my video. I'll just do what I want type thing. And then I'll get into what my problem is with Pokemon, all right? But, you know, these were fun type thing. I think this is a Venusaur deck. Venusaur. I'll just quickly go through. Yeah, I think... Oh, no, it might be the Vileplume or Oddish type deck. It's been so long, yeah? And I introduced my daughter to it, and we were playing some games. I've even got another pack here. Let me just see. I know it's around here somewhere. Yeah, look at this. Water Blast, yeah? Now, you're gonna like go a bit nuts and that, but you can't fit sleeved cards in these boxes, yeah? So, yeah. And these are used, but before you go off of me about how expensive something like this is and that I'm just treating it like this, a lot of the cards were taken out. I tried to replace them. I don't think I've got all the cards in there. I tried to replace it with what I could, but then I'm not even going to do that type thing. So I really don't know how complete that is. I haven't really looked into it. Let me go into Orange deck. That's out of this box. So I've got about 9 decks made up on this. Oh, Cynthia, what a great card she was. Yeah. Now, they do try and keep things balanced in this game. Oh, the rare candies. Yeah, I know that was a good card. Anyway, they do try to keep things balanced in by cutting out the older sets and having a rotation system. So I'm just going to put these back because I don't want to get carried away, yeah? This is the type of stuff that is like therapy to me. I can just look at these all day and spend hours. Before I know it, half the day's gone and I've done nothing but get into these. Yeah, no, that's got 3 decks as well. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the boxes. If you got something as cool as this, let me know in the chat. Yeah, love to actually see some of the stuff that from way back when. And I wouldn't even remember these if I didn't actually grab a few and say, look, I play card games and I will in the future, and I just want stuff to actually put stuff in. Stuff like this, I don't even know what I'm going to do with something like this. Maybe someone wants it for something, I don't know. We'll see. All right. The bad and the why I feel this game is bad. All right. It's no secret that it's full of scalpers. There's just so much money to be made in Pokemon. See, let me go back to the good. Another good part about it is that people have started businesses. They've built wealth from this. They've collected cards. They've kept them in good fashion, and they've sold them on for huge amounts of money. I know a person that's opened a game store based on the card he sold. It was Charmander, I think. And, you know, even kids have learnt business skills in regards to getting cards, selling them, buying more cards, and building businesses like that, and really understanding what real life is like and what they don't teach you properly at school. Yeah. So that's going back to the good. There's a whole lot of good in it. Yeah. So let me get on to the bad, and that's one of those is scalpers. Pretty much scalpers destroy just about any game for players that they go into, because it makes certain cards that players need so expensive that, you know, you're spending like $100 for one card. It can be the case in these respects. You know, I was used to like spending up to maybe $20 for a top card, but then, you know, when money starts to hit in that, they go up to $50, $60, 70, 75, and it just makes it hard, especially if you're trying to introduce a kid into the game. That's a bad part of it. Another bad part is the game itself. It's non-interactive. It's your turn, do everything, stuff me up, my turn. I was so bored going into competition status, and I really felt bad for my daughter, also up against the opponents that I was up against, that when it got competitive, I was literally head on the table like this, arms crossed, falling asleep, waiting for this guy to end their turn. And like, it was a few people, it wasn't just one. And normally you would think that people are friendly in that, but for some reason in this Pokemon community that I went to, in the meta or whatever it was, they were just so unfriendly. Yeah, they wouldn't talk, they wouldn't do anything. So that's my experience with it, and it left a really bad impression. I wasn't having fun. I was having fun with my daughter with the fun decks. We would go on YouTube. There was some guy that would produce a fun deck every week, and you know, this is what you can do with these Pokemon and so forth. I would build those decks, have some fun, and it was really a lot of enjoyment. And in a very casual setting, it was fantastic. But in a competitive sense, it was absolute rubbish. And I said it with Magic, if you were to introduce this game today, and you've also got to look for your energies in that, it probably wouldn't, without the IP, it probably wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah, there's other games now that are out that fix the problem of like energy and playability, such as Hollow Live, a game that I'll get to in another future video most likely. But as it stands at the moment, the game is just bad. If it wasn't for the IP, I don't think it would really be anywhere. Even Magic has interaction between battles and everything, which is what would keep it above Pokemon, in my view, if it was to be there. The other bad thing is dealing with the public with Pokemon. Now, I know that you've got players, and I never really had the scene for players and that, so I missed out on that. But what I did see was the general public. And like, I think they said in Star Wars that, you know, you never see a more like villainous slum of villainy or whatever in one place. And that's Pokemon for me. Yeah, these people would come and they would try and bash the price down, bang, 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 bang. I even had, and believe it or not, one guy asking me about the price I got it from the distributor and why I wouldn't give it to him for that price, yeah? Get the out, yeah? Just leave the premises. Like, my goodness. Now, whether he was trolling me or whatever, it's just rude as hell to actually go to someone that's trying to run a business, trying to be fair to everyone, not scalping or anything like that, just trying to run a business. We need to make $1 to keep these damn lights on, or food on the table. Just like you go to a job, we do our job, yeah? So they just had no understanding that someone else was running a business and that they're being so rude. Like, wow, that really left it really bad. And I get heated about that, yeah? Even these days, like if I offer a special and someone comes at me with they want it cheaper and that, and I think it's as low as it will go, I'll just tell them that they're rude and that they can leave now in so many words, yeah? So they're my main problems for the bad side of it. The scalpers are just killing it. The game is just non-interactive. I don't know who plays. I saw it. Maybe I'm incorrect there. My daughter saw them play here at Midian on the weekend. I didn't see it. There are still people that like to play and enjoyable, but I haven't seen people playing. Yeah, I'm out of that scope of things because I didn't go for the recognized play organization or whatever like that. But in general, people will pull out decks to play other things. So this was seen at the source. I can't say it's not played, but I haven't seen it played by anyone for a very long time or really talked about other than from an investment point of view, which lately supposedly everyone's gone out of the market. And let me move on to the next thing. It's future, yeah, 2026 and beyond. So presumably the bottom has fallen out of Pokemon. On a speculative market, I think that Pokemon is going to retain its value. Even the stuff that isn't selling at the moment, and there are a lot of people trying to sell. I get calls every day. I've got Pokemon stock to sell. I just send them elsewhere because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with Pokemon for one thing, but also people's expectations on the value of what they've got. If you come to a store such as mine, 50% is what I'm offering, maybe up to 70%, maybe, and it better be pretty good, something that I can move. But I'm not going to sit on something for months or years at a time just to wait for it to sell. So you've got your money straight away and I'm out of pocket, yeah? So on a speculative thing, I think that Pokemon will retain its value. There's going to be ups and downs, but as I was talking about before, they've got enough younger people that are coming through in their 20s and 30s who will be 40 in a few years' time or even reaching the 50s that will still buy into it. Just look at the ages of some of these scalpers. It's absolutely ridiculous that they're fighting over a kid's product. On the investment side of thing, now, no investment advice. This is just my view on stuff. People should be buying Pokemon now, yeah? Once the bottom falls out, buy, yeah? Hold and then try and sell it. Now, if you're looking for a good profit in that respect, you need to be flipping pretty soon. The longer you hold it, the value might go up, but then you're risking the opportunity cost, yeah? Opportunity cost is if I took that $400 that I was putting on Pokemon and put it into some other type of investment that, let's say, got 10%, yeah, on a good year. And then over like 2 years and 3 years as it compounds, what have I lost by putting it into that Pokemon box, putting it away for 2-3 years and then bringing it out and making whatever money I can on that? That, I don't know. There's other people, as I've said in previous video, that are better than me at that and that are willing to take those chances. I take other gambles with my money, and it's always gamble when you're investing in a way, but you can have a structured mathematical plan in regards to it. Pokemon is just a guess, yeah? You never know what's going to really be happening. But what history has shown us is that when it starts to go up, even this older stuff people are after, and they're more after the older stuff than a lot of the newer stuff. So, yeah, if I was putting money into Pokemon and it was my gig, I would probably be buying now, trying to buy off what people have over-ordered to try and sell on, that they now just want to clear the shelf because they don't want to hold it for 3 months, and put that away if that was my gig in that respect, yeah? So have I played it? Yes, already did that. Do I stock it? No, there's plenty of stores that do Pokemon. One thing with Pokemon and the distributors is that they throw product at you. In the up periods, there's product restrictions. And so you only get a limited amount of the product that you really want and need and that you're going to make massive sales on. But on the down times, or in the stuff that is just everywhere and no one's really selling it, they push that product onto you and you have to take it, yeah? If you don't take it, good luck in future for the product that you want, because you didn't take the shit, so you don't get that good stuff, yeah? So I didn't like that aspect of the business, being told what I was going to buy. I think it's a very archaic system, and this company's probably been existing since the 90s and early 2000s. So they've got that archaic way of doing business, and they're not going to change that. They brought on too many non-brick and mortar stores who take advantage of the online stores to sell top product. And I don't know if they've rectified that. I know they got rid of a lot of accounts, but honestly, if you're a distributor, you should be supporting the stores, because at the end of the day, a product like this, lucky it's got the investment side of it happening, because if it didn't, the game wouldn't be there. If I haven't got enough product to give to my players, and that I'm making so much more money on selling it to investors, my players are going to give up eventually, and that's not great for the longevity of your game that you want me to promote. So if you're not going to give me enough product in order to run the game, why the hell would I run it? Yeah I don't get it. And why do I or don't I just don't like the fact of being told that I've got to take on product. And very much, is your store good enough to stock our products? You know what? Keep your stock. I'll be right. Pokemon is one of those businesses that did potentially keep stores open as well. You had Magic and you had Pokemon. As long as you had those two for a card store on singles, you were doing pretty all right, because everyone was looking at those boxes trying to get cards and so forth. It's even happening now. You've got a lot of swap meets that actually get together, as well as conventions where people are looking, but you also get a lot of people stealing, because there's so much money involved, and money really destroys good aspects of card games. And at the end of the day, this is a card game, yeah? It's not, it's a collectible card game, I understand that, but it's a card game. Let's see more games played, people. Like, I wouldn't even be so mad if people were just playing the game. If I had it on a Saturday or Sunday where a few people broke out the decks and started playing Pokemon and that, I would be more involved. I'd take out these decks. I'd say, yeah, they're not in rotation, but can I please play a game? And I would play, because the enjoyment is other people, yeah? This isn't computer gaming by yourself where you're just seeing everything and doing everything. It's the interaction with other people. And even though this game doesn't interact, we can still talk with people that I have a lot of fun with and enjoy their company. But I really wish the competitive side, from my experience, was a lot better than what it was, yeah? So that's where I am with Pokemon. I don't stock it. I don't play it anymore. And honestly, like I said before, I've gone on to other games that do Pokemon, but under a different IP. So like HoloLive does a perfect Pokemon. I'm not looking for energy. Every round I get energy and I can play cards that give me more energy, yeah? I can just play the game, and it's skill. Take that luck element out of it, and then it becomes part luck with the characters that you get. But I'm not struggling there with energy where I've got characters that can't do a damn thing, yeah? I have the skill now to actually put it, plan ahead, and play the game. All right? If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down. It's all interactions. And if you've got a second, please subscribe. It's a second of your time. It's a lifetime of love for us. We'll see you all on the next video. See you guys. Bye-bye.